Hey guys, today we're going to talk about math in a virtual world in regards to formative assessment, so we know if our kids are really learning the thing that we want them to learn. So in new quizzes, there are a lot of really great options, including the multiple choice questions, short answer, formula, if you're ready for a little something extra. Those will allow every student to have the same problem but a different number, therefore different answers to cut down on the cheating. And another one, the categorize questions. You could have kids, sort problems, which fractions are less than 1/2 and greater than 1/2, or which are rational numbers, which are irrational numbers. So there's a ton of really cool options into new quizzes to really ask some different thought-provoking questions for our kids. And with that, 3 to 5 questions is going to be plenty for us to get an idea how our kids are progressing in that standard. Because if we give them 20 and they do all 20 of those wrong, we have all of that to undo. And now we've really ingrained that misconception in them. So if we can just keep it short, that will give us the feedback we need to move that learning forward. And with those questions, each of those questions, especially those multiple choice, we could add in some automatic feedback. For example, which one of these is a ratio? On the right answer, I could say, woohoo, you're a ratio rock star. And maybe they might have missed, chosen an incorrect answer. My feedback could be maybe the definition of a ratio or a link to the studio video explaining that lesson so that kids can watch that, be prepared, so when they have multiple retakes, they already have that remediation, that review, so they're ready for that retake. So they'll really understand the standards deeply. Another idea for formative assessment in that virtual world, kind of fun, is studio. And with the studio video, we can see our students' faces. They can take their mask off, and maybe we can have the students pick the problem that they are the most confident on to explain to you their thought processes. Or flip side, maybe they can pick the problem they struggled with the most, and they can tell you why they were struggling, the questions they have. And you can get a lot of insight into their thoughts just with that studio video. And it's a little bit more fun, so maybe more kids are going to want to engage in that activity. Another idea is just to use discussion, and maybe it's just a reflection on the learning that day. Maybe put in an open-ended problem, like the website, which one doesn't belong? Because there's multiple right answers, multiple entry points for students to engage and then have a great discussion with each other. Because that's what we want. We want students talking about math every day. Another idea that I was watching a webinar the other day, and it had students reflect what they're thinking with a picture, or how math went that day. So how did math go for today? Maybe there's some different pictures that can represent how they're feeling. Or one of my favorites, an emoji. And then they can, add in an explanation with that emoji. So these are just a few ideas of ways to bring about formative assessment in that virtual world, making it fun, but still adhering to best practices with feedback and building student relationships.